Yeah, everybody. So yeah, the first thing that we're gonna talk about is so I'm looking at the 2023 November question paper. So the first thing that you have to know is that our English paper, it's 80 marks. The time duration is 2 hours. And you have to ensure that you write your paper on time so that you finish up and you don't leave any gaps. So yeah, we have section A, we have section B, and we have section C. Section A, we have our comprehension, which falls for 30 marks. Section B, we have our summary, which falls for 10 marks. And then section C, we have language, which is 40 marks. So when we move to section A, comprehension, for example, we have question 1. So I'm just gonna give you tips on what to do on your question 1. So listen to your heading. First thing, before attempting your comprehension, listen to your whole heading. For example, when we look into this heading, it says fast fashion's footprint. So what comes to your mind? You should really analyze something. It should already come into your mind that we are going to talk about what fashion and what type of fashion, the fashion print that is going on initial. So register that into your mind before attempting your comprehension. So yeah. The most important thing, read your comprehension. Ensure that you read your comprehension at least 2 times. That even when your time it runs out that you have set for your comprehension. For example, for you to finish up your paper, divide your time into sections. Question one. Question one, you can say, oh, I want to finish my question 1 in 30 minutes. Therefore, finish up, do your question 1 in strictly 30 minutes. If your 30 minutes passes out, move. Don't think of some questions that you have left out or before. Just move to the next question. That when you finish up other questions earlier, you can always go back to the questions that you did not finish. So yeah, that's one thing for sure. Read your comprehension at least 2 times. Therefore, when it comes to attempting questions, they have made it easier for you. They always say, when it comes to comprehension, they always say refer to paragraph 1. And then when one thing that you have to do, go back to that paragraph that they have said you should refer to, read that thing again until you understand it, and then go back to the question and then attempt the question. Yeah. And then even when they say code, important thing is that when they say code, ensure always include the quoting marks, which is you see, don't ever leave those marks out because you're gonna lose marks because they have said code. So ensure every time when they say code, you include those marks. Yeah. And then we're gonna move to text B. We know with your comprehension we have text A and text B. Text A, they're always gonna give you a comprehension, which means you have to read the comprehension. Text B, they're gonna give you a picture of something related to your comprehension. For example, for section A, for text A, they have gave us the heading was the fashion influences initial, and then text B here they gave us a picture of dresses and fashions. You can already register it into your mind that everything that is here it is relatable to my section A, which was on my comprehension. So yeah, that's how you're gonna tackle your text B. So everything here, they're gonna trigger you with that. You see, everything regarding your text, A, which was your comprehension, they're gonna do it as a picture on your text B, meaning that they want everything from text A and text B to relate. Yeah, everybody. That's how you're gonna tackle your question. That's how you're gonna tackle your section 1, question 1, text A and text B. And then we're gonna move to section B, which is question 2, which is your summary. The most important thing when it comes to your summary, Before attempting your summary, read the instructions. The instructions are the ones that are going to guide you to attempt your summary. For example, here we have been given a heading. You see, look at the heading of the summary and look at the heading that they require you to answer. You get what I'm saying? Here, Bati, list 7 benefits of using Vaseline petroleum jelly. Benefits. And then the heading of your summary says the restoration of power of Vaseline. You get what I'm saying? So the heading of your summary will be what? The heading of your summary will be the benefits of using Vaseline petroleum jelly. You avoid the original heading of your summary. Therefore, you go back to the instructions. The instructions, they say list summary. Your summary must be written in point form. Meaning that if your summary must be written in your point form, if you have wrote your summary in like sentence forms, they're not gonna mark your summary. It's all wrong. So list 7 points in full sentences using not more than 70 words. Summary, the most important thing, everybody, like pay attention to the number of words. Don't exceed the number of words. Otherwise, they're gonna count your number of words until 70. When they reach 70, what comes after 70? They scratch it. They are no longer considering it because you have exceeded the number of words. So the most important thing, list your 7 points in full sentences, not using more than 70 words. Number your sentences from 1 to 7. That's why when the first rule was like, in your summary, you must write your summary in point form. Therefore, you use your numeric, you number your summary from the most important thing. You number your the first thing when you get your paper and when you write your summary, you write the benefits. You write the heading that they want you to write about, which is like the benefits of using Vaseline petroleum jelly. You write the heading, you underline it. Writing the heading, it gives the marker what the marker is expecting. Meaning that if I was the marker, meaning that I'm expecting you to list 7 benefits of using petroleum jelly. Therefore, it gave me an idea of what you are writing, what you wrote about on your summary below. Okay, and then you immediately you number your points, number 1 to 7, and then another thing is write only 1 point per sentence. Your sentence must not exceed below, meaning that if your sentence you must reduce your sentence to a point. You must reduce your sentence so that it does not exceed to go below that it makes 2 sentences. It should always make up 1 sentence. Therefore, I want to advise everybody, use your words as much as you can without changing the meaning of a sentence. Use your words without changing the meaning of a sentence. Okay, and then here they say use your own words as far as possible. Use your own words. Like, don't go for hard words. You get what I'm saying? Use words that are simple. Use words that are simple, because at the end of the day, if you use, bear in mind that we are writing like English FAL, your marker will not have, if you use like huge words, your marker will not have a dictionary with them to check that word whether it's accurate. So use words that are close by when using your summary. Even, you get what I'm saying? Indicate the total number of words you have used in the brackets at the end of your summary. So ensure that you write the number and that number that you have counted is accurate. You did not exceed the number of words. They say indicate the total number of words you have used in brackets at the end of your summary. Ensure that if your words were 64, strictly write my words were 64. Yeah. Ensuring that you don't exceed the number of words, and then you use your words as far as you can. And then we are moving to section C, which is language. Question 3. The first thing that we're going to have is text D. Obviously, we are analyzing an advert. An advert, you're going to be giving a whole advertisement, which is meaning that a diagram which shows different types of things. This diagram you have to explain. First thing first, analyze the picture. Analyze the picture that you are giving of your advertisement. Okay, whether are they displaying a product or are they displaying services? Those are two differences that you have to register into your mind. Whether they are advertising services or they are advertising a product. When they are advertising a services, you know they're gonna display a woman. For example, they're gonna display a woman cleaning, and then they say, oh, here's her numbers, she's cleaning for this and this and this, meaning that they are displaying that woman's services. And then when we come to like a product, they can post a handy, meaning that it's a product, and then it has, or a chocolate or something. That's the first difference. And then one thing that you have to look at when it comes to your advertisement, look at the bold words, the marketing strategies, the marketing words. Look at the location, the number. How can we get? You get what I'm saying? You can't advertise your advertisement without putting your locations, your numbers, or how can we? Because putting those things, it gives us an idea of like that's how we're gonna get the product. We should know the location. We should like bear in mind those type of things, the numbers, the words, the bold words, pictures. Most importantly, pictures. Yeah. Then we're gonna move to analyzing your cartoon, which is question 4, text E. So when it comes to your cartoon, ensure that you also evaluate what's the situation that is going on your cartoon. Evaluate the situation that is going on your cartoon. Also look at the humor. The most important thing when it comes to your cartoon, look at your humor. Whether it is made to make, whether this cartoon it is made to make people laugh, it is made to make people laugh, or it is just there for another purpose. Another thing, look at the facial expressions of your people on your cartoon. Look at the facial expressions, the body language, the tone. The tone. You can, for example, I can say, oh, Katlego, can you put that thing down? Can you put that pen down? Meaning that I'm speaking on a calm tone. That's how I say evaluate the tone. And then the tone, and then I say, Katlego, put that thing down. Meaning that I'm speaking on an aggressive tone. So the idea of a tone, you're gonna get it from your speech bubbles. The idea of your tone, you're gonna get it from your speech bubbles. Whether you're gonna have angry speech bubbles, or you're gonna have any type of like speech bubbles, they show you emotions of a cartoonist. They show you like the emotions of a cartoonist. Let me check this question quickly. We are waiting for paper 2, mostly importantly. Yes. I'll do short stories with you on a live, which is gonna make it simpler for everybody. I'm gonna summarize everything, including your poems, I don't know about people who are doing novels because I haven't got any materials for any novels, but for people who are doing short stories and poems, we are good. So let's carry on with your cartoon. They're gonna give you many different frames. So that's why I'm saying pay attention to those aspects that I have mentioned. Yeah. And also visual clues. There as the visual clues. What are those visual clues? Visual clues like facial expressions, speech bubbles. Those are your visual clues that give you an idea of what's going on your cartoon. And then we are moving to your language and editing. Your language and editing, which is text F. Therefore, your language and editing, the most important thing, they're just gonna trigger you with small things, and then they don't require you to first. It always say it is always 5.1.1. So they don't require you to write the whole. They don't require you to write the whole sentence. For example, let me show you something here. Is it here? Text F. Yeah, which is this text F. You see? Yeah, they don't require you to write the whole sentences. They want you to look for a single error, which meaning that a single error can arise from what? From a spelling. They can spell something wrong, so that they test that you know language. That's why they say language and editing. They are testing you that you know your language. The tense. They can put something. They can put a past tense on a present future sentence. You get what I'm saying? For example, let me just think of something. Katleo is went to a shop. You see? They have triggered you with that past tense. Katleo is went to a shop. So one thing that you have to do is analyze it in your own words. No, when it's in a past tense, so Katlao is going to a shop. So you just fixed that small error. So yeah, they are looking at things like that, language, spelling, the tense. Those are the most important things to look after when it comes to your language and editing skills. And then let me check also under your language and editing skills. Okay, the single error, we have tag question. They're gonna give you your tag questions. I think I'm gonna link a material under this live video, after the live video, so that you can catch up on the material, which means like that material is very good for your paper one. It's gonna, especially when it comes to language and editing, it's gonna give you everything that you need to do. So you need to like fill in the missing words. Obviously, simple future tenses. That's why I said pay attention to your tenses. Pay attention to your tenses, which means that look at the statement whether it's in the past, or look at the statement whether it's in the future. Know your synonyms. Yeah, homophones. Know your active voice and your passive voice, which I'm gonna link the material for those things. I'm gonna link the materials for those things for your language. Language, guys, I just hope everybody gets marks here at language, because I feel like most students are losing marks on this part, which is question 5, language and editing. Everybody can get everything from the set. Everybody can get everything from paper 1. But when it comes to this, I feel like most people are losing more marks when it comes to this. So yeah. And then text G, same. They're gonna keep text G, same applies to your comprehension, your little comprehension. Let me show everybody correctly. Same applies to your little comprehension that they have given you here. They're gonna give you something like a picture. that you have to analyze. They're gonna give you, always expect this type of things. They're gonna give you something like a picture that you have to analyze. Therefore, they're gonna give you something like things like write this sentence in a positive form. In a positive form or a negative form. For example, here they say, please write this sentence in a negative form. And then it says, my siblings enjoy eating whole vegetables. And then in a negative form, you are making it negative. My siblings do not enjoy eating raw vegetables. That's how you make it in a negative form. Look at things like that. Combine the following sentence into a single sentence. They're gonna trigger you when it comes to like combining into a single sentence. If they say spinach tastes good, spinach improves digestion. You see, they triggered you because they repeated spinach twice. Therefore, when you write it in a single sentence, I advise that you look at the words that are repeated twice. And then when you write the second sentence, you drop that word that is repeated, and then you add your joining words, such as and or. They say spinach tastes good, spinach improves digestion, which meaning they require you to write it in a single sentence. And then when using your joining words, you can say spinach tastes good and improves digestion, meaning that you used it without repeating spinach. And also look at your degree of comparison. I'm gonna link everything, don't worry. Give the correct form, and then everybody, that's your 80 marks for your paper 1. I hope everybody grabs paper 1. It's one paper that you have to get marks from, because paper 2 it's not promised. Paper 2 is not promised, and people can do exceptional from paper 2 if we're gonna do paper 2 right. And then paper 3 is based on what you feel, and I hope that everybody wrote well with paper 3. I just hope that. So everybody, if you have any questions, please write down your questions so that I answer every question before leaving the live. So that everybody that missed the live can catch up on the live, because we are done with everything. We would be grateful for that link. Thank you. Came here and I learned something that I did not know. Everybody, before you guys go to write tomorrow, I will go look at something that you need clarification from, and then I'll be live again for this paper, so that we clear out everything, and then I give you more tips on things to look onto, which I'm gonna evaluate also. Everybody, but look at the study guide that I'm gonna link. Maybe I'm gonna link in my community button on my channel, or I'm gonna link it if after this video, because it's gonna take a long time to upload this video. Then I'm gonna link it after it uploads, but I'm gonna link it right now in my community section. So everybody, thank you so much. But bear in mind, go and look at things that you are struggling with, and then we're gonna come back on the live tomorrow and look at everything.